So we were to start the third Anglo-Maratha war, right? And before that, what we saw? The events preceding third Anglo-Maratha war. Come on, tell me. Which one? No, I'll tell you tomorrow. I need to read it from the authentic source. I need some time for it. Second thing, what happened? You know the Paramountcy part? Okay. Who brought it? Wellesley. Before that, who was the Governor General? Cornwallis was asked not to interfere. So who gained territories? Marathas, Holkars and Scindias. The Pindaris were running a lot in the areas of Malwa and other parts of Rajasthan. Now comes, okay, so Hastings will say that no, we will do everything to protect the paramount interest. Who is the paramount? Britishers are the paramount. Okay, so every other Indian state will automatically become a subordinate state, right? Now this will lead to the third Anglo-Maratha struggle. What was the immediate thing that happened before it? Who was the Peshwa? Peshwa was he was the Peshwa, right? Right about him, the Peshwa Bajirao II tried his best to get rid of British. This resulted in the third Anglo-Maratha war. This resulted in the third Anglo-Maratha war, where Marathas and Pindharis were crushed by the English. Okay. They abolished the post of Peshwa itself. EIC abolished the post of Peshwa. So please remember this very important thing, that third Anglo-Maratha war, that is from 1817 to 1819, this war was fought. Many battles were fought here. What happened? They abolished the post of Peshwa. This office was done away with. Okay. Bhosle and Holkar's territory were taken over by the EIC. Bhosle and Holkar territory were taken over by the EIC. There was a complete domination by the EIC to south of Vindhyas. Vindhyas, you know Vindhyachal? Where is it? Madhya Pradesh. That was called Central Province in those times. So beneath that, EIC was there. Travancore, which is today known as Kerala, was already a British ally. Suppose this is Vindhyas. So here completely the Britishers are in very firm control. Now just above the Vindhyas lies Awadh, there was a Nawab who paid a hefty amount to the English. Now north of Awadh lies the North India. The Sikhs, the Afghans, the Gurkhas, right? So there was actually turbulent atmosphere here. Some regional powers, no stability as such. Now this was stable because one strong authority has emerged. Okay, so this became stable. This was actually a kind of buffer state. All of you know the meaning of this word? Everyone knows it? So Awadh is the buffer state between south of Vindhyas, that is completely under the domination of the English, and the North India, that is having a turbulent time regarding its state and administration. Right? Understood all of you? So write this, change the pen and write Awadh acted as a buffer state. Awadh acted as a buffer state between the British dominations to its south, British domination to its south, and the turbulent atmosphere of North India. किसका स्पेलिंग? TUR it is. Disturbed you can write, unstable you can write, volatile you can write, anything you can write. Turbulent atmosphere of North India. British had positioned their resident, we already know what he does. In 1773 at Awadh. In 1773 at Awadh. They also kept What is garrison? Armory, right? A permanent British garrison at Awadh. So, when an armory is kept, it will incur certain cost. Who will be at the cost? Who? Who is he? Nawab Shuja was bearing its cost. Now see how it will happen. This cost will keep on increasing. So he will have to pay more. When the cost keeps on increasing, the ruler is supposed to pay more. Who is the ruler? The Nawab Shujaud-Daula. He has to bear the cost of entire British garrison placed here. Now the cost is increasing. Regularly they are doing this expense, that expense, so on and so forth. Now how will he pay the increased cost? He need to increase the tax, right? Now when the tax increases, talukdars get angry. Okay, the cost increases. The talukdars were like the local revenue collectors kept in our province by the Nawab. So they are like, how do you ask us to give so much of revenue? Where will we collect it from? Okay, the talukdars are getting angry. Now this will kind of create discontent in Awadh. Write it. What was the last line? This cost kept on increasing. This cost kept on increasing. Nawab had to impose more tax. Nawab had to impose more tax. Which soured, S-O-U-R-E-D, रिश्ता खराब करना, soured his relations with his talukdars. Soured his relations with his talukdars. This created a political instability. Hastings decided to annex Awadh. Hastings decided to annex Awadh. The ground for which was prepared in 1801. The ground for which was prepared in 1801 when the Nawab when the Nawab told Wellesley, at that time Wellesley was the Governor General, that he can't pay the entire cost. He can't bear the entire cost. Can't bear the entire cost. Okay. So what is he saying? In 1801 itself, to Wellesley, even ever since that 1801, they were like, no, we need to annex Awadh, we'll ourselves take care of the revenues.
Sir, Hastings was appointed in 1813, right, sir? 1813 he was appointed as Governor General of Governor General. 1773 they established the garrison in Awadh. From 1773 till 1813 they were paying the.
Yes. Of course. So finally the Nawab said it is too much. You know, Awadh will be the only state, only province that will be annexed on the pretext of misgovernance. Okay, the only state, neither doctrine of lapse, nothing like that. Neither annexation, because Nawab was paying them. 1801 he said that no, it's too much for me to bear it. I don't have such revenues. They were like, okay, someday we'll annex it. Now they have already worsened his relation with the Talukdars, the revenue collectors. There is a sort of misadministration in Awadh. So Britishers will go there, stay there for a few days, and prepare a very exaggerated report that there is Nawab is doing his Nawabi. He does not care for the people as if they cared. Okay, Britishers also didn't care, but they will send it to England and get the permission for annex it in on the pretext of misgovernance. The only province to be annexed on the pretext of misgovernance. Okay, we'll write it. Awadh was crucial for expanding the British Empire. Awadh was crucial for expanding the British Empire. In late 18th century, there was an increased demand. There was an increased demand for indigo in London. For indigo in London. About about 3/5 of indigo came from Awadh. About 3/5 of the entire import from India, 3/5 of the entire import of indigo from India was from Awadh. Right, like this, 3/5 of entire import of indigo from India was from Awadh. Britishers were importing. British were importing. India, Awadh Nawab was not selling it at a remunerative price. Okay. Or we have to see it from the point of view of company. So company is taking it, right? So import will, right? 3/5 of the total indigo import of India was from Awadh to London, to Britain. Now there was another material that Awadh was giving. One was your indigo. It was going to London, almost 3/5. Now what happened was, there was this China and Britain trade. Any idea about it? Opium stuff. So this entire the Anglo-China trade was not in favor of Britain. Chinese could sell to Britain more than one Britain could sell to China. So for Britain it was trade deficit or trade surplus. Deficit, they did not like it. Now China was known for silk, and Chinese silk was famous everywhere in the world. Heard of Maritime Silk Route, Belt and Road Initiative, right? So China was trying to revive the ancient Silk Route, which it was known for. Silk could grow only in China. The worm, there is a worm which produces silk, that was only available in China. Later on people stole it. So Chinese silk was having a very good market. British goods could not find a suitable market in China. What British did? British started exporting opium. These opium was majorly grown in India, but that was illegal. Okay, it can lead to moral and physical bankruptcy. I mean, Karl Marx himself said religion is the opium of the people. Opium renders people complete nonsense, right? So it was doing a lot of damage to the people of China, especially the young people. So it focused on another product, cotton. This cotton also came from Awadh, right? So first thing you see, for the indigenous indigo. Now indigo, clothes, your jeans and denims, they were initially, the versions were dyed in blue only. Deep blue was the color, right? So they needed it at a very large scale, on a very large scale. Now indigo was grown in same Awadh, Champaran, the North Indian plains. They wanted control of it. Bengal was under them, but Awadh was not. Now another item which they could sell in China apart from opium was cotton, right? So Awadh was also providing cotton. So, and Awadh Nawab was also not very keen on paying the entire duty. So there was every reason. Okay, what you wrote? British were also supplying raw cotton to China. Raw cotton to China, which came from Awadh. Okay. Now these were the factors that made Awadh an indispensable prey, prey, for the British. Now how it happened? Write annexation of Awadh. You have written it. Right? Give this topic annexation of Awadh. In 1775, Nawab Shuja was succeeded by Asaf ud Daula. Asaf ud Daula. Asaf ud Daula. Now he was after Shuja. Died in 1797. 97 or 79 should be. Yes, 1797. Now the British will say that we do not recognize your son, okay, as the next Nawab. Hereditary Nawab, Britishers are refusing. He died in 1797. The British refused to recognize his son as the next Nawab. Okay, so son no, but his brother. They made Nawab's brother Sadat Ali Khan the next Nawab. Now, why they did such favors? Because there was a quid pro quo involved. What is quid pro quo? Something in return. It's a legal term actually. So, Sadat said that yes, I'll serve your interest. I'm ready to be the next Nawab. They made Sadat Ali Khan, brother of Nawab, as the next Nawab. Sadat Khan transferred few territories and agreed to pay see the amount 7.6 million rupees per year. He has given territory and he's paying such a huge amount of money, 7.6 million rupees per year. The new Nawab was not willing to allow British interference into his territory. अब पैसा ले लिया, टेरिटरी ले लिया, आप दफा हो, मुझे क्या करना है मैं जानता हूँ, right? He does not want to dilute his authority, his sovereignty. Now Britishers are not concerned with these things now. They have moved beyond Cornwallis era, right? They are not impressed by these promises that yes, 7.6 million is a lot of money, and we are talking about late 18th century, right? Enormous amount of money it is, huge amount. Still the Nawab said that stay out of Awadh, you will get your money, you have got your territories, let me govern Awadh the way I want to. AIS said that's not going to happen. We will keep coming, or we will keep quantifying our demands. What is quantifying demand? More and more and more. So they wanted to just take control of Awadh. Correct? Write it. The new, what you wrote? Okay. Wellesley sent his brother Henry in 1801 to force a treaty on Sadat Khan. He will say, give me half of Awadh. Okay. He ceded half of Awadh. CEDED. Ceded half of Awadh. Which was areas of Doab, you understand? The land between the two rivers. Which two rivers? Ganga and Yamuna. You don't have Krishna and Godavari in Awadh. Neither Periyar. So, Rohilkhand, Gorakhpur and Doab. You know the amount? More than 13 crore. Almost 13.5 crore it would amount to in those times. Within brackets you write approx 13.5 crore. $7.6 to 13.5, double the amount of compensation that was fixed. These three areas would generate double that amount, 13.5. Now Wellesley will took a very high moral ground. What would be the high moral ground? That Awadh suffers from suffer from misgovernance. He took a moral ground, moral high ground actually. He was brother, right? So he said that I'll save Awadh from misgovernance. People are suffering so much. I want to bring good governance and welfare. Wellesley, you write this, Wellesley took a high moral ground that he wants to cure the misgovernance in Awadh. Wants to cure the misadministration or misgovernance in Awadh. Okay. Finally, in 1856, see, until only these parts have been done. 1856, it will take Dalhousie completely annex the Awadh. Finally, in 1856, Lord Dalhousie completely annexes the Awadh. What? Yes. He was the Governor General at that time. The process started in last decade of 18th century, finalized in almost middle of 19th century. 50 years. So many Nawabs and so many Governor Generals. Do you see the consistency in British policy? With the change of Governor General, the policy remains the same, right? In fact, it is becoming more intense. So, we started with annexation of Indian provinces. I am talking about. Done. बीच में और भी तो है. And what else? Awadh also finally done. Rajputs are no longer having a striking share in territory. Mughals have been taken care of long back. Afghans do not matter, they were just in Farrukhabad and Rohilkhand, two provinces they were. So, which is the only major power that remains? Hyderabad was Carnatic, it was done. Sikhs. Now, Sikhs remain. Okay. Sikhs remain. So write Anglo-Sikh War.
Can I get a few things in this confusion? Shuja had a strained relationship with his Talukas, right? And Hastings decided to annex Awadh. After that,
Wanted to, not decided. Wanted to.
Until Sadat Khan came, nothing. I mean, the relations were already souring, like
Between whom?
between the Talukas and
It started even before Sadat Khan. It started during Shuja's time.
it continued.
Yes. Because the revenues were so much. How else will the Nawab pay the revenue? He will ask his Talukdas. Talukdas would say, how will we give you so much of revenue?
And Sadat Khan was the one who refused to pay money in 1800.
Read it again. Sadat Khan is refusing to pay the money.
I think we wrote that the ground for which was prepared in 1801, when the Nawab told Wellesley he can't bear the entire cost. We wrote that.
Okay. Yes.
And then here we wrote that in 1801 Henry was sent and then
Fair. See, try to understand this again. Shuja is the Nawab, right? Shuja is saying that you are asking for too much. Shuja के बाद कौन आ रहा है? असफ जा in 1790 17 and he dies in 1797 he dies. Now he is saying this. He is there. And in 1801, now comes Sadat. Sadat says, before Sadat the Nawab said that, see, we cannot give you so much of money, you are keep asking for all. And British were doing this even since Shuja-ud-Dawla was there. Shuja anyhow paid it. Shuja was a very carefree type of guy. He used to smoke his hookahs. He had very good food all the time. Okay. And Anyone who has been to Lucknow? Have you seen the Nawab Palace? Still there. The famous historic areas of Lucknow, been to? There is a very famous Bhul Bhulaiya also over there. You have been to Bhul Bhulaiya? That's near to it. So the Nawab was the one who did all that. Many Nawabs have contributed to it. Now what happens? Shuja is gone. Shuja ke baad, the one who comes, he says, yeah, that this is too much to pay. But still they are paying. Now, where are they paying from? They are asking their respective talukdars, the revenue officers, to give us more money. Now, talukdars will bring money from where? They will ask the people. Where will people give from? See, try to understand. India is again fragmented into small feudal societies. There is nothing, no new wealth generation is happening. There is no novel method or innovative method of generating the wealth. Agriculture, small petty businesses, handicraft, few small manufacturing like weaving, handlooms, silk, this is what is happening. So how will they keep on paying increased rate of interest? Of course, they'll have to sell some of their assets or live a very miserable life, right? So talukdars also know that tax collector always knows what my subject can pay, right? And if you keep on asking increased rate of tax, it's a perfect condition for rebellion. Talukdars were like, do you want a rebellion in the state? Shuja was like, I don't know, give me. So that was happening. And when people are sucked the last amount of their blood, they expect something. Okay, you have taken so much of money, do something for us, right? Give us some kind of basic facilities or services. But was Nawab keeping that money? Whom was taking that money? British were. So Nawab was collecting a lot, delivering nothing. The money went to the British. Nawab was a middleman kind of thing, a kind of property dealer, right? Talukdar of British, right? So what is happening now? People are getting angry. Nawab is not delivering. So of course there was misgovernance, but Britishers exaggerated it. They used lot of imaginary, incidences that people are dying like that, doing this, that. Then they sent it to, finally Dalhousie did that. The ground was prepared from now. Okay. There was nothing called subsidiary alliance or anything. Because the sign type of treaty they signed after Buxar, that did not allow for subsidiary alliance. And Nawab somehow was able to fulfill their demands. Until 1856, of course, there were some heated arguments, some confrontations happened, nothing military. Understood all of you? How Awadh was gradually swallowed by the British. Is it okay now? Anything else?
Sir, Sadr Khan never said that he can't bear the cost, right?
All the Nawab said this. From Shuja till last, everyone said this.
I mean, we wrote 18 not one specifically, so I...
Now, he also said that I'll give you this money, but please don't come here again to tell me how I should govern. If you want money, take it, see the amount. But don't come back to tell me how to rule my state. I am the Nawab. Finally, Henry comes. Henry takes which three areas? Rohilkhand, the Doab area between the two rivers. It's a very fertile area. Any area between two rivers is bound to be fertile. So he takes them. Almost double the amount of what was fixed earlier. And then again they come. Finally in 56, it is gone. All right. Now come to the Anglo-Sikh Wars. Now there was this guy. He died in 1839. And I already told you that Ranjit Singh had a very formidable army, second best in Asia after the East India Company. Okay, so unless 1839 was there, Ranjit Singh was there, Britishers did a treaty. That is, this is the Satluj River. Beyond this, north. South of Satluj, so Satluj River was the border between until his death. Okay, until his death, Britishers did not want to fight Ranjit Singh. Ranjit Singh wanted a very big empire, but Britishers checked his ambitions. The treaty was done, it's all your medieval history stuff. So they said, no, you don't come here, we'll not go there. We'll both live happily. Ranjit Singh said, okay. His ambitions were also checked. He could have been the next super thing after the Marathas. The Marathas came to him to seek help. You know what he said? The person who came, Ranjit Singh said, you are a pakka haramzada. This is what historian B.L. Grover writes in his book, A History of Modern India. I am quoting from that. And not alive with the Marathas. He was apprehensive for his own reasons. Everyone was apprehensive of each other. Every Indian state was having own ambition, apprehensive of the other, not hesitating to take the European help when they are confronting each other. Okay, that is how one by one you see. Have you seen that meme? A bhoot comes, knocks several doors and kills, and then what is it called? A Dracula type creature comes having a weapon, a sharp weapon in its hand. He knocks the door and behind him there are 3 to 4 doors and blood is flowing. Could fit here, right? I can make one, right? Anyone who is good with graphics? Come on, you are engineers, right? The ones who are? Okay, I'll do it. It will be a very good one, right? And then finally, the final door was the Sikh door. So until Ranjit Singh was there, they were not knocking. Ranjit Singh is gone. Ranjit Singh will be succeeded by his imbecile son. Imbecile, you understand? There are still some imbecile sons in North India. Khadak Singh. Okay. He was mentally challenged, mentally divyang. Okay. He was not in the best of his mental health. But Ranjit Singh in Putra Moh, like Dhritarashtra, made him the successor. So the other Sardars were not happy. Okay. Now, when Ranjit Singh occupied the throne, before that there were 12 misl. Misl was like again confederations. Like Marathas had Holkars, Sindhyas, Gaikwads. So there were 12 such myths in the Sikhs. He united all of them. Now when Khadak Singh come, all of them are like, "Ye kisko bitha diya?" Right? Write it. And now the confrontation would happen between them. Britishers will cross the Satluj.
He was the founder of JNK. Is he the same person?
Founder of?
Jammu and Kashmir.
Founder of Jammu and Kashmir? Who is the founder of Jammu and Kashmir? Where did you read that? Kashmir is named after Rishi Kashyap. Kashmir is named after Rishi Kashyap. Okay. Ranjit Singh ruled in Kashmir, no doubt. Ranjit Singh ruled till Lahore. Currently, the Pakistanis last year were saying that Ranjit Singh was our king. They were celebrating his birth anniversary was there 1-2 years back. But there were certain demands that Ranjit Singh made from the Afghans. When Afghan and Sikhs were fighting, Ranjit Singh defeated them and said, okay, I need certain sureties. There will be no cow slaughter. And the doom of Somnath Mandir, the golden door of Somnath Mandir, which your looters took away, you need to return it to me. And no cow slaughter. So this must be conveyed to the Pakistanis who were celebrating their king, the king of Lahore, right? Misplaced historical senses, you see.
Wikipedia. They got it from Wikipedia.
They know it. They are trying to encash all the separatist Khalistani feelings. So there were 12 myths. Write about it. Ranjit Singh died in 1839 and his son Khadak Singh became the new ruler. His son Khadak Singh became the new ruler, who was not an able administrator. He was dependent on Dogra Raja Dhyan Singh, his wazir. Dhyan Singh. He was from Dogras are also from Kashmir. See, if you want to learn things, how many of you are fond of like him visiting random sites, watching random videos? And how do you decide which one to see and read and watch? There has to be some basis.
Is it blogs and there are links attached? It's about us.
So anything and everything that appears on net is the gospel truth, right?
Not exactly, because no two sides match, sir, so we can't really decide.
So how do you decide which one is the authentic
All
one?
random knowledge.
That's not knowledge, that's garbage. She herself is saying that it does not match with any other source, and then you are filling your mind with all these things.
I didn't say it was, I just said that it is interesting.
Interesting.
They make it Ekta Kapoor serials. Every side makes the whole story an Ekta Kapoor serial.
So don't watch those serials now, okay? If you want, I can give you some authentic references. That is why I asked. Start watching Bharatvarsh. Anyone seen it? AVP News, YouTube, there is a series Bharatvarsh. You can start with that. They start with Buddha, they end with Shivaji. Every episode is you know, so spellbound, so interestingly they have conveyed these things, and important for your ancient, medieval, and modern all. But just a request, do not download the seasons and watch it in one night like you do with your sitcoms. Please be judicious. 1 or 2 episodes a week would be fine. Bharatvash you can watch. You will learn many things, and they have quoted the original sources. That is the best part. They have quoted the original sources. Anupam Kher is the anchor. So they have given a very dramatic sequence. You know, like when they are telling the story of Buddha, the one with Shankaracharya is again an awesome one. So they have brought the characters there. They have dramatizedly picturized it. Then the narration of Anupam Kher is there. So it's actually very good. And you will learn a lot of important pieces of history, important for your exam. Okay, you can start with that. What you wrote?
This was in
Huh. But then you know, every king is unsure of an able administrator under him. More so when the king is an idiot. Right? So Kharak Singh also tried to control the wazir. Okay. So you write this. But Kharak Singh also tried to control the wazir. Kharak Singh died in 1840. And his son immediately died in an accident. His son immediately died in an accident. So he dies in here. Tell me. Son also dies. So there are 6 princes. 6 princes. एक तो they have used to have 7 to 8 children. That complicated the war of succession, right? 3 to 4 wives. एक नहीं संभलती है इनसे. Now, where is Khadak Singh? Khadak Singh, his widow will fight. Right, the 6 remaining prince, and widow name is Maharani Chandan Kaur. So the most prominent of the 6 princes was Sher Singh. So it finally became a battle between Khadak Singh's widow and Sher Singh the prince. Okay. Prince Sher Singh was supported by the Dogras. both both Sher Singh both Sher Singh and Maharani sought help from the EIC. Both Sher Singh and Maharani sought help from the EIC. The EIC did not interfere. Don't be surprised, they will soon. The EIC did not interfere and Sher Singh became the new Maharaj. Sher Singh was also dependent on same guy. Sher Singh was also dependent on Wazir Dogra Dhyan Singh. Sher Singh was supported by Dogra, and there was another group, Sindhanwalias, who supported the Maharani. They supported their Maharani Chandan Kaur. Now he becomes the king with the help of Dogras. The Dogra king who was a feudician, kind of Darbari of Ranjit Singh and now Khadak Singh and now Sher Singh. He was the one calling all the shots. So Sher Singh thought that this guy is acting over smart. I need to curb his wings. So he will seek support from. Now, see, few years before they were fighting each other. They were with each other. Now they are fighting each other and he is seeking their support. But they remember that it is because of him the Maharani is not Maharani. Right? So they are angry. So this strategy of seeking help from Sindhanwalias will backfire. Sindhanwalias will kill Sher Singh and Dogra Dhyan Singh both. Huh? Come on, let's do haw once. Come on. 1, 2, 3. Good. Whenever there is such historic death, you all must do haw. Okay? Understood it? Can we write it? Right. Sher Singh wanted to control Dhyan Singh. And he sought help from Sindhanwalias. He sought help from Sindhanwalias. But this strategy backfired. This strategy backfired. Sindhanwalias killed both Dhyan Singh and Sher Singh. हो गया एक बारी. Killed both Sher Singh and Dhyan Singh. How many of you have seen Gangs of Wasseypur? Second one. Both. बाप का, चचा का, right? So now he will come and kill the Sindhanwalias. He is the son of Raja Dogra, Raja Dhyan Singh, Raja Hira Singh Dogra. Now he will avenge the death of his father, the patron, and he will kill the Sindhanwalias. And he will make the 5-year-old prince the next king. Now this is what Britishers wanted. आपस में लड़ के मर जाओ, लास्ट में जो बचेगा उसे हम आके मार ही देंगे, राइट? ना 5 साल का बच्चा बैठा है तो. सो ब्रिटिशर्स विल क्रॉस द सतलज कि भाई बहुत पानी बह गया सतलज में. फ्रॉम 1839 when रणजीत सिंह died, now let us cross the border, change the situation. We want the Sikh kingdom. Now Sikhs won't be able to do anything. Read this. Dhyan Singh's son Raja Hira Singh Dogra killed the Sindhanwalias. He actually routed them, destroyed them. Killed the Sindhanwalias and pulled and made Ranjit Singh Singh's 5-year-old son Dalip Singh as the new king. Dalip Singh as the new king. Ranjit Singh's son. He was not the only son. He was the eldest son. Come on, how can kings have just one son?
Sir, and the 6 princes are also Ranjit Singh's son.
Yes.
So, mother and the son fought.
No, I never said that. King, come on. Okay. So now what happened? Dalip Singh becomes the king and Hira Singh Dogra becomes the new Wazir. Hira Singh Dogra becomes the new Wazir. So the kid will not do anything, Hira Singh will do everything. Now what happened was, initially, see, all these systems which are made by able administrator and kings, they can survive as long as the king is good. The moment king is incapable, they are gone. So there were several sections in the Sikh army. They were called panchayats. Nothing to do with the current day panchayat, just the nomenclature, okay? Now they started demanding more concession from the king. From the king, he was the one, right? So he was unable to do that. Write this, change the pen, right? The army section or panchayats demanded more concession from the king. Hira Singh was killed in 1844. Was killed in 1844, and Dalip Singh's mother, Maharani Jindan, Jindan. So now you got it? Maharani Jindan became the new emperor. Maharani Jindan, her mom, his mom, Jindan became the new emperor, and her brother Sardar Jawahar Singh, Jawahar, the new wazir. But Jindan and but he was actually a puppet in the hands of the army. He was actually a puppet in the hands of the army. He had no control. Jindan Kaur, the queen, actually had little control. He was just a regent. That means she was more of a rubber stamp. So you see what happens after 1839. Can you make a flowchart of it? Please do it. Until Jawahar Singh and Jindan Kaur. Okay. No, from 1839. Now the war will start. अभी तो वॉर का बैकग्राउंड देखा है. वॉर अभी इंग्लिश कहाँ है? एनी इंग्लिश यू सी हियर? ये तो आपस में ही भसड़ मच रही है, राइट? नाउ इंग्लिश वर लाइक कि भाई दिस इज बिकमिंग टू मच ऑफ अ ट्रबल. व्हाई? You see Punjab, you see the map of Punjab. This is Punjab, and when I say Punjab, the empire learnt in Lahore. Here would be somewhere Amritsar. So something like this. Okay, roughly. Awadh has been actually a buffer state. 1856 it was occupied, 1800 partially occupied. Beyond that, East India Company is ruling. So is Awadh in a position to defend itself from either sides? No. Awadh is only able to delay or defy or at best comply with the directives given by the East India Company masters. इतना नहीं, इतना ले लो, बाद में ले लो, इतना ही कह सकते हैं ना. और take it but don't meddle in my affairs, like Salat Khan said. Okay, now what is happening? EIC is realizing that these people will never be able to defend anything from here. If Sardars attack, or if Sardars, they are busy fighting, Punjabis fighting each other, Sardars are fighting each other. What about Afghanistan, Persia, Iran? The Muslims are rising here. They might like to come to the Hindustan again. And if they come and they occupy it, it will be a big headache for us. So now, let us forget our friendship treaty with Ranjit Singh. Let us cross the Satluj, take over it. Because if Muslims occupy these these powers, the Muslims from Persia and Afghanistan, if they get hold of Punjab, they will be a big headache for us in near future. Understood the East India Company? What Britishers are thinking? That these people, there is so much of instability here, which you have to draw on a flow chart from Ranjit Singh to Jindan Kaur, Jawahar Singh. Now everything, this is very unstable. Perfect condition for anyone to come and annex it, which will be a big menace, a big nuisance, a big headache for the East India Company. Awadh will just be a matter of time. Whosoever sits in Afghanistan, in Punjab, can take Awadh just with a blink. The Britishers could have done that, right? And they did that. Understood now why British will come? Right? Change the para.
Sir, there's a question from Mr. Khan. He's asking, if Maharani Chandan killed the Hirasim rulers,
Killed?
did Maharani Chandan kill the Hirasim rulers?
She did not. All of them were killed by the court factions.
Hirasim was killed by
Singhan Waliyas, not the Maharani. Maharani did not go and stabbed him. She did not do it herself. Her well-wishers Sindhan Waliyas did. Specifically mentions Sindhan Waliyas. Then why blaming the poor Maharani? Okay. Now write about it. Change the para. In early 19th century, the company wanted to maintain Sikhs as a buffer state. Maintain Sikhs as a buffer state. Between its Indian possession on the one end Indian possession means Awadh and down south. Indian possessions on one end and the rising Muslim powers of Iran and Afghanistan on the other. And the rising Muslim powers of Iran and Afghanistan on one end and the rising Muslim powers of Iran and Afghanistan on the other. So let Sikhs remain a buffer state. But the ongoing political instability in Punjab made British rework its Sikh policy. Made British rework its Sikh policy. Lord Hardinge decided to attack Punjab. And 13th of December 1845, the first Anglo-Sikh war started. So there were severe treacheries on the sides of Sikhs. Many Sardars, many head of the militaries, they did not fight. So British defeated the Sikhs. British defeated the Sikhs. And Treaty of Lahore 1846 was concluded. Points you write. Kashmir was given, first point, Kashmir was given to Raja Gulab Singh Dogra for his support to the British, which means Gulab Singh Dogra supported the British. Second point, Jalandhar Doab, Jalndhar, Jalandhar Doab, occupied by the British. Jlandhar, Doab, just now you wrote, occupied by the British. Third, English army stationed at Lahore. English army stationed at Lahore, comma, Sikh army numbers reduced. Sikh army numbers reduced. Next, how many points? Fourth, Dalip Singh will remain the king. Dalip Singh will remain the king, but he will be guided by the British resident. Sovereignty gone, right? Okay. So partially the Sikh kingdom has been occupied. Now change the para. Two Sikh governors Diwan Mool Raj and Sardar Chhatar Singh, Chhattar, Sardar Chhatar Singh rebelled. They rebelled against, and the British came with their troops, so they fought. Britishers suffered heavy loss. Britishers actually suffered heavy loss. This happened in 1849. The second, this is, and thus started the second Anglo-Sikh War. You write this, and thus started the second Anglo-Sikh War, 1849. Actually, they rebelled in 1848, but the month was November. Okay, so British immediately came, the Sikhs defeated them. British came with reinforcement in December, January, Sardars again defeated them. So from November till this January, Britishers were suffering loss. So now British came with more sophisticated weapons, more of the military men in March. Now Sikhs will be no match. So you write finally, in March 1849, Dalip Singh surrendered to the British. Punjab became a part of East India Company's empire. Now no one is left in India. Nepalis, Gurkhas are. But Gurkhas are not in India. They were in Nepal, Uttarakhand, Sikkim, these areas. Of course, some parts of Uttarakhand were there. So they will also be undone with Treaty of Sagoli. We'll discuss it tomorrow, okay? Today, this is all I have to teach you. And one thing that please, you have seen the Marathas, the Bengal, the Nizam, Mysore and Awadh, Sikhs, all of them. Now one last, the Gurkhas are remaining. That's actually, Britishers will be forced to recognize that they could not defeat Gurkhas. They will conclude treaties, Gurkhas will fight back. One, the formidable spirit of Gurkhas, the warring race that they are. And second, the territory, a very inhospitable territory into which they used to operate and fight. All hills and difficult terrains were there. So Britishers will finally befriend them after many battles. They will finally befriend them after many battles. Now entire India is at the mercy of East India Company. Now they will keep passing the acts like the Charter Acts 1813, 53, so on and so forth. So now the governance, now what has happened, only the territory has been acquired. Territory has been annexed until now. After that, the consolidation of this territory will happen. Territory was occupied by Marathas also. But did they make any effort for empire building? They did not. Marathas never made any attempt towards empire building. This we saw yesterday also. Britishers will make these attempts. How to consolidate their position? This they will do. Economic laws, laws that will bring good administration for the British, of course. These things they will do. Okay, and how England was helping the company, that will also see. Okay, these are the things that we'll see tomorrow. So I hope all of you will revise and make flowcharts at least for the Sikhs. Right? Tomorrow I'll also come with some questions, give you the questions, and you are supposed to bring it to me after a day.
Sir, there's a doubt from Krishnakant. We didn't understand the reasons for the cause of second Anglo-Sikh War.
Because these two people rebelled, Chatar Singh and Diwan Mulraj. They rebelled against the British. These were the two Sikh governors. And this Chhatar Singh has a son also, Raja Sher Singh. So actually these three of them rebelled. Of course, governors were these two people. They rebelled. So Britishers had to come to abate the rebellion. That's why if anyone rebels in your territory, you have to send your troops. Dilip Singh was already a kind of puppet by this time after first Anglo-Sikh war, the Treaty of Lahore. Understood all of you? Is it okay? Understanding, right? See you all tomorrow.